Hi, everyone. So this month I want to speak to you about something that's really dear to my heart and something that seems to be upsetting me every single day. And that's people being offended, people complaining, bitching, whinging, and moaning about everything from the economy to their companies, to their jobs, to their husbands. Can we just toughen up? Man, what has happened to the tough men and women of this country? We seem to be little ninnies and babies, and it seems to be that the younger people are getting, the more sensitive they are, and people are getting offended by everything. People get offended when people use words and the words don't gel with what the person has in their brain because somebody, or maybe nobody, taught them anything. People are actually getting offended by the truth. How do you get offended by the truth? Just because you don't like the truth, just because the truth happens to put you in a bad light. For example, you didn't do your frickin' job, or maybe you're overweight and you're fat and you're out of shape because you sit on your ass every day and you don't do any exercise. What the hell? When I tell you that you're fat, all of a sudden you're offended. You're offended. And like that Australian comedian said, so what happens if you get offended? If you get offended, what happens? What happens? Your genitals don't fall off. If you get offended, you just get offended. In other words, you're holding on to some limiting idea or belief that you have, and somebody else actually speaks the truth to you, and all of a sudden you're offended. And what do you do with your offense? You go and tell somebody or report to somebody, and in some way try and stop that person from telling the truth. What absolute nonsense. We're complaining about how tough it is in this country at the moment. It's not tough in this country. What we are going through right now is a blip. It's a little blip on the radar. If you lived in this country in the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s, we had tough times then. Remember when this country had an unofficial civil war where people were literally being necklaced and murdered and shot and home invasions and bombs going off? Do you know our country was bankrupt? We were absolutely bankrupt. Interest rates in the 90s went up to, 22, 23%? And we are complaining, bitching, whinging and moaning now about having tough times and economic downturns and bribery and corruption. This is a blip. Hey, do we have problems? Of course we've got problems. But here's the thing. It's nothing compared to where we've been through. And you know what? We're South Africans. We are resilient. Get yourself on your big boy pants. Put on your big girl pants. Wake up every single day and toughen up, people. You've got to tighten up. It's time to put the tough words to the test. You know, people say only the strongest survive, only the fittest survive. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. What a lot of crap. That's just words. As soon as times get tough, what do? We melt. Just do me a favor. Would you grow up? Just grow up and grow a pair. You've got to be tough in this world today, because if you're not tough, guess what happens? You will be left behind. I'm reminded of the speech that Rocky Balboa gives his son outside the restaurant when his son starts bitching, whinging, moaning, and complaining. And Rocky stands there as the way only Rocky can stand there, and he goes, "And let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it'll beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that." I just love that, and it's not really the best Rocky voice, but it really encapsulates the fact that, man, stop blaming the world for the stuff that's happening. I ask the question always, so what are you doing about it, apart from being offended and being a little sissy? You've got to toughen up, people. We have to toughen up. Why? I mean, the Navy SEALs have got a thing that they love saying, if it doesn't suck, we don't do it. But it's amazing how everybody wants to take the easy road, and they want to take the easy way, and they want to do less and get more. And I believe that's what's stuffing up this world at the present moment. People want to do less and get more. Work smarter, not harder, I think is the biggest falsehood that has been spread across the world today. Today you have to work smart and hard, and you got to be bloody tough, because if you are, you roll with the punches and nothing can beat you down. And as Rocky said, it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward. Stop taking the easy way. Stop asking for the easy way. Stop demonstrating and asking for more money for doing less. Do you understand the only way to be successful in life is to take the tough road? You know, they talk about the road less traveled. Well, I'll tell you what the road less traveled is. It's the tough road. It's making sure that you wake up every single morning before everybody else and going to bed after everybody else has gone to bed. It's doing the stuff that other people don't want to do. As a matter of fact, it's doing the stuff that you don't flipping want to do, but you do it anyway. You know why? Because that's how you build success. You build success by being tough. You build success by paying the price. You build success by knowing what it is like to actually have nothing, come from nothing, and you work your way up. So if you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, guess what? You are going to suffer a lot, my friend. And you know what? You're not going to like the truth because you think that somebody's going to come into your life and give you something that you haven't worked for and you haven't deserved. And that's not the way the world works. So what I'm telling you now, does it offend you? Really? Does it offend you? Are you offended at the speed that I'm speaking or the tone that I'm actually using? Well, guess what? If you're offended by the truth, here's a newsflash. Unsubscribe. If you're offended by somebody telling you something that is true and honest and you don't happen to like it, push the unsubscribe button. Turn the switch, turn the knob, turn the dial, turn off. Just chill out because at the end of the day, the truth is the truth, my friend. And I'm telling you now, wake up every single day and grab the day by the throat. Grab it by the throat and own it. You know they say seize the day? Seize it by the throat. It's time for you to pull your shit together, my friend. It's time for you to actually go out and do stuff that you don't want to do and start toughening up. And you know what? If you get a scar or two, who gives a crap? All scars do is scars show that you were stronger than the thing that actually hurt you. Broken bones heal and chicks dig scars. At the end of the day, you have to toughen up. You've got to get up every single day and you've got to grind out a result. You've got to grind out a result in your relationship. You have to grind out a result at work. You have to grind out a result if you're in sales. You have to grind out a result behind that desk if you're the PA. You have to grind out the result if you're the CEO. At the end of the day, it does not matter. What matters is how hard you work and what you put in. And please do us a favor. Stop being such a bloody sissy. Man up. Whew. I feel better now. I think I've just offloaded a bit. And hopefully this message helps you for the month. It's definitely helped me. Have a great month. And remember, keep moving forward.